This is Sybert signing into Red Alert 3, but really it's the mod Generals Evolution on the map Tournament Island for a 4-player FFA. As the red USA Laser General, this is Spam Alt F4. And as the blue USA Air Force, this is Cloud. Completing our move down, following clockwise. As the other USA Laser, plain brown, it's XOUTH. And for the one non-USA player, Vanilla China, as the also red, but a different red, it's BigOlBagina. What a name this guy is bringing to the table. Tournament Island is a classic map from 0 Hour. Honestly, not seeing very many games on it, and it looks like we're going to be kicking it off with a little bit of a Patriot missile system versus Laser Patriot fight in the north there. Looks like a spy drone was sniped there by Bagina. And XOUTH, Cloud, Spam Alt, familiar with those guys for the most part. Bagina, no idea. So this is a bit of a mystery in a 4-player game. We got one guy who's a bit of an unknown factor. Well, that is almost a dead... Oh, actually, he ejected out some of the... Okay, I wasn't sure exactly what happened there. The Raptor does get the kill on the Laser Humvee, and the Rocket Squad gonna go for the barracks, but ultimately, he will fall. And that Laser Humvee... doing a bit of damage. Oh my gosh, the Raptor from almost a completely landed position fires that shot and then immediately lands again. Oh, laser drone, or drone does get sniped. What is up with this? Okay, this has happened in a couple of games, and then it happened in a match that I played as well, a test match where I was testing out some laser stuff. And for whatever reason, your second supply truck on some supply centers just goes to a random nearby supply ore mine or supply dock and doesn't actually go to the one that's actually closest. Bagina looks like has holed himself up, and it looks like the guys on the left side are happy to let the guys on the right side kind of fight it out. Now, one thing about Laser General that I did recently confirm, because I forgot to mention it in some other games, is the laser units do cost electricity. So there is a little bit of an electrical cost to running laser units. They are good, but they do have an additional cost, not just regular resources. XOUTH cannot catch a break with Cloud playing this Air Force General, drafting a second airfield as well, and that ore truck harassment just will not stop. And with these spawn positions, this is a bad day for XOUTH because of the way that he only has one of his enemy ore docks exposed to him, but he has two exposed to the Air Force General. As you can see, you do start with the 3, and then you've got the oil derricks in the back of your base. A couple of oil derricks in the middle of the map also. But this, against a Air Force General, leaves you exposed and open. War Factory taking a bit of damage, but he is going to trade out a couple of Raptors for this. Of course, Cloud going with double airfield as his choice. He is the Air Force General, and he is committing to it. Strategy Center coming up for Spam Alt F4, who we've seen in some other games come through with some big army plays and defeat people, especially in an FFA kind of a situation. Bagina happy to just play this one out a little bit more slowly. It looks like extremely late cap of the oil derrick. Everyone else has had their oil derricks for a good little while. Second command center coming up here for Spam. Raptors coming through. They're not going to be able to clean up the Patriot. Those Patriots are a bit tough. Raptors are going to have a tough time breaking them. Strategy center getting added on for Cloud. XOUTH and Cloud definitely taking the brunt of the attention for this first part of the FFA. Cloud takes both of the oil derricks in the middle of the map. Spy drone is watching over that from Spam. And Spam with a microwave tank hanging out in his base. A-10 Warthog brings in the strike, cleans up at least one Humvee there. And Bagina really enhancing the defenses to the north. This is one of those maps that has somewhat limited attack paths. And Bagina is not too worried about XOUTH, as you can see, but Bagina is pretty worried about more Raptors coming in here. A couple of laser turrets going to be taking the brunt of the damage there, not necessarily the ore trucks, which is a better trade for XOUTH, keeping his economy online. Bagina much less worried about XOUTH, you know, just one bunker, maybe with some units inside of it, and then one GAT cannon, as opposed to 4 GAT cannons and 2 bunkers. Vanilla China, the odd one out as well. The player that I'm least familiar with. First particle cannon coming up relatively soon there for Cloud. I guess the 2 laser generals can choose between regular particle cannon. Finally, the strategy center for XOUTH coming up, maybe a little bit late. Laser particle cannon and regular particle cannon. No super weapons general in this case. Oil derrick does get saved. Those Raptors swinging through once again. The artillery of the air, in this particular case, Cloud is literally just using his aircraft to get as many bombing runs against his opponent as he can. Engineer is not going to be able to grab that. XOUTH is going to lose out on the opportunity to take that oil derrick from Cloud. A-10 Warthog strike coming through. Up to the tier 1, but the Patriot missile system goes offline as the low power mode for Cloud leaves him a little bit slack-jawed after getting that particle cannon. All right, laser turrets are down. Is Cloud going to go for it? War Factory gets eliminated as well. This is cueing XOUTH to move out and go on the offensive. He's gone big into the missile defenders. He's even brought a mechanic along with this, but the Laser Paladin is the main strength of his army. The low power mode causing some problems here for Cloud. His defense is a little bit weaker, and the Humvee's trying to close the distance on those missile defenders, but it's a mix of Rangers and missile defenders here for XOUTH. It looks like Spam Alt F4 might be moving in on Cloud at the same time, and the pressure is mounting as Cloud is getting assaulted from 2 sides. It's going to be about the laser generals converging in Cloud's base. Humvees go into town trying to break down those missile defenders. Raptors come through for another big pass. They get the laser paladin, but it is not going to stop the assault from the west as Spam Alt F4 lives up to his name, spamming his way to making his opponents Alt F4. You drop the particle cannon, you bring the pain. If you can't take the heat, don't go for the super. Humvee's coming in to try and cut off this retreat, but those Avengers are just zapping the missiles out of nowhere, and the Conyard, for some reason, hasn't been taken out. I'm not sure why Spam breaks off the attack there. That was weird. I genuinely don't know why Spam broke off the attack there. Paradrop coming in, War Factory being established. We saw that XOUTH was using this as an opportunity to extend his infrastructure into Cloud's base, and Cloud, the Air Force general, getting pressured from both laser generals, is going to be able to hold off Spam for a moment longer. Spam, having retreated, has put himself into kind of an awkward position. Heroic Raptors do manage to escape. That shows you how much Cloud has been using them. Missile defenders do hold off the forces. A-10 Warthog comes through. They're going to claim one of the airfields. They don't actually get the kill on the airfield, down to half health, and XOUTH's assault is not stopping. All infantry almost now. A couple of particle tanks mixed in here, and Cloud is just getting smashed a little bit from both sides, but XOUTH returns to take his revenge. You killed my supply trucks, but I will not stand for it, as XOUTH presses in. He finally kills off that airfield. He's going for the War Factory as well. The strategy center getting cut down. The tech and the production of Cloud are getting eliminated. Nice snipe on that Avenger, but it's too little too late as Cloud has almost nothing left, and Spam goes for the cross-map play. It's the big army move right through the center of the map. XOUTH's undefended main base is going to be taken away from him as Spam crushes through the defenses. What laser cannons are there are too little to stop this kind of an army. Double particle cannon still with a minute 52 on the clock, frozen in time as XOUTH commits to the attack. His powered down particle tanks, his powered down laser paladin unable to do anything, and Spam is getting backdoored a little bit here by Bagina, who shows up out of nowhere and starts firestorming the back of Spam's army. Spam going for the particle cannon. He does not want that timer to elapse. Cloud having bought a little bit of space, just enough for one airfield to keep him alive, and that's all thanks to Spam, who has turned XOUTH around and is going for just power plant after power plant. Somehow, someway, Spam's army is getting picked to pieces a little bit by the Inferno cannons that get sniped there by XOUTH. XOUTH turning this into a mess by eliminating the Chinese forces that were helping eliminate his enemy. He doesn't know that old saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Power plants are the only thing trying to keep XOUTH online. He's going to have to sell something off, maybe one of the war factories, upgrade those power plants to try and get something back online. The command center goes down. No, he calls off the assault at the last possible moment, and Spam has almost wrecked XOUTH, but XOUTH persists, just barely staying alive. It's Paladins versus Paladins, but the second wave from Spam comes in from the north. Particle tank over at the war factory from XOUTH, trying to thin the herd. XOUTH kills the forces in his main base, but he's about to lose more of his power plants, his safety power plants, which are keeping his forces alive. As Spam comes in, he commits to the attack. The artillery is unmatched from XOUTH as XOUTH, whoa, the power goes down. No, Spam, what are you doing? He lost the power. He didn't calculate well enough. With these tanks going down, Spam is going to come back online at some point, but somehow he lost the power plants, and Spam's army gets crushed. XOUTH is still in this. I have no idea where that came from, but the low power mode for Spam just saved XOUTH. It's Raptors from the north. Cloud coming in with those strikes, saving XOUTH. And BigOlBagina putting his foot down, but only a toe in the water, and it was just to kind of backstab Spam Alt F4. With no war factory, no command center, and only oil derricks, Cloud is extremely limited in what he can do. No more production beyond this airfield and that barracks. One Raptor splits off. He goes for the power plants. He can one-shot the power plants and completely shut down the laser forces of Spam and XOUTH. You're seeing that come into clear focus here, as XOUTH and Spam have big ol' weaknesses in their army. Sentry drones and infantry are okay, but laser paladins, particle tanks, even if he has any laser crusaders in here, they all cost that electricity. I'm not actually sure how that one guy is online. That seems like a little bit weird that he's got one tank online. Microwave tanks being added into the army. I think microwave tanks are okay. They are not affected by the low power mode. The middle of the map becoming the stomping grounds for everyone. Bagina with this blockade has kind of limited himself mobility-wise there as well. Bagina's going to poke in. His Inferno cannons weren't quite set up. He's only got one Inferno cannon and only a couple of Battle Masters. Other than that, he's going to claim a couple of kills, but ultimately, he will be overwhelmed by Spam's superior forces. His only hope would be if he had a couple of MiGs and he was able to bring down those power plants. Rocket squads, or tank hunters rather, inside of these buildings, going to be able to get maybe another kill or two on the laser paladins, but ultimately, it looks like the Avengers keep them mostly safe. Spam loses a particle tank that walked into this bunker range. Raptors just sniping power plant after power plant. This is feeling a little bit abusive, but the A-10 Warthog is going to come in. It's a tier 2. Oh, what? He was going for the army and he completely missed. Fuel air bomb will take down the airfield, and Cloud has one last chance. This is do or die. He's got some combat Chinooks. Am I seeing this right? Is he about to load up a ton of Chinooks? He may indeed. Another A-10 Warthog strike comes in on the left side of the map. It's Spam Alt F4's at chance at breaking the front door of Bagina. He breaks down the defenses, microwave tanks leading the way, and it's basically one overlord for Bagina, and it is a combat Chinook payload that is coming in. The power is back online, but keep in mind that XOUTH's almost entire army depends on electricity. The one overlord rather goes down, and this Vanilla China player may be our first eliminated, but not the first to take massive amounts of pressure. The War Factory, the production of... Oh, Bagina, what are you doing? Are you playing Sim City down here? There is not much going on here for Bagina. One War Factory production. That may work in some games, but that's pretty limited here in Gen Evo. Power plant doesn't go down. Raptors getting eliminated. They have nowhere to land, and it's going to be up to the combat Chinooks, as I think Bagina is getting eliminated over there on the left side of the map. They're going straight for the power plants, trying to eliminate the power plants. One after the other, he barely gets it. The Avenger is still online, zapping down those Chinooks, and the infantry are unaffected by the low power mode. War Factory goes down. Command Center is the next target, and Cloud is going crazy with his combat Chinooks, trying to shut down those last couple of supply trucks, trying to go for the Command Center as well, trying to keep his Chinooks alive. It's not enough, though. The power is still online, and this army is still reigning supreme. As the last upgraded power plant goes down, XOUTH's army freezes, and Bagina has been defeated. The last of XOUTH's supply trucks go offline, and a carpet bombing coming in as well. Not quite splitting the army, but it's a Moab that catches a big part of XOUTH's vehicle forces. Cloud flying back over top. These low power forces have no power plants to bring them back online, and it's the Air Force General who reigns supreme. On the right side of the map, Spam Alt F4. He's got an army that is going to be tougher to crack. There's the scan revealing these combat Chinooks. Spam Alt F4 just has to cross the map and kill like 2 buildings. 1 building, 2 buildings, power plant, and that barracks. Combat Chinooks coming in. They're looking for those upgraded power plants. They provide so much of the power for this army. There's another one there, but 2 more on the left side, and it's going to be all about the power elimination here. The army is shut down. Only a couple of Avengers and a couple of microwave tanks, as Cloud, coming back from near total destruction, will target the command center. Q has been defeated. Bagina has been defeated, and Spam Alt F4's weak link, his Achilles heel, is his electricity. As his power plants get eliminated, his supply drop zones are down, and Cloud just keeps cycling. He's going to cross over top of the army. It looks like their anti-missile defense systems still somewhat work here, as War Factories get eliminated, and Cloud's 5 or 6 Chinooks are still alive. He's trying desperately to keep them alive. He needs to cross into the middle of the map, into the middle of this base, and kill those last few power plants. He's trying to cut off the economy of Spam, and Spam with so many Rangers, but I think no missile defenders. Has no defense against this army. Missile defenders closing in on the army, but there's the power back online. Missile defenders melting on the front line, as Cloud has 5 Chinooks remaining. Power is not quite online, and the Chinooks are going to maybe sacrifice themselves as they pass over top of Spam's buildings. Spam leading the charge, trying to get out of his base. He just has to kill 2 buildings, but Cloud will not let him. If the Avengers move forward, it might be game over. It's all about the defense now for Cloud. Spam has been unable to execute any kind of a flank or a pincer maneuver. The numbers are closing in. The particle tanks targeted down. The power plant is down below half health. It's all about the Rangers, but the Rangers can be dealt with. Cloud, can he do it? One power plant down. The production of Cloud perhaps slowed there as the Rangers of Cloud come in, but it's going to be the A-10 Warthog sniped out of the sky. The vapor bomb, the fuel air bomb gets sniped as well. It doesn't land. Cloud is still here. Cloud is still in the game. Spam Alt F4 has thrown almost everything that he's got at Cloud. Double command center as the follow-up from Spam. He's trying to diversify. He gets one of them. The supply center almost goes down. Three Chinooks are left. Trying to get his production back online. Another supply center goes down. The oil derricks in the corner might also be valuable targets for Cloud to hit. Cloud takes them down. One and then the other. The infantry on the front line for Spam starting to make headway, but no, it is Cloud striking out. Regular Rangers against Laser Ranger. The microwave tanks leading the charge here, and it's going to be about these missile defenders laser locking down these targets one by one, but they can't stand forever as the microwave tank goes right through them, and the Avengers find another kill. Only 2 Chinooks remain. Cloud's timer may have run out. 1 Chinook remains, and Cloud's last forces fall. The miracle comeback will not happen as Spam Alt F4 will come and close the distance for the victory. Burning his way through the last defenses, he'll take down the barracks and seal the deal to win the game. Cloud has been defeated. Spam is the winner of this 4-player FFA, and what an insane match it was as well. Cloud and Spam bringing it down to the last possible moment, but that will do it for another insane match here on Generals Evolution. This is Sybert, signing out.